All right, hey everybody, episode 364 of the Church Digital Podcast. Just doing a little mic check here, making sure all my settings look good on the screen, and hopefully I sound good wherever you are watching from. Thanks for tuning in here. For episode 364, this is going to be the final preview, the last minute, yo, we're doing something in Europe stream here with the Church Digital Podcast. We've been doing, unless you've been under a rock, you know that we've been doing a series of a digital rock. I'm not sure what that looks like, but we've been doing a series of digital missionary summits this fall or September, October. And so we're on our third of 4 right now. So we started with the digital neighborhoods. Jason Morris put that together. JMO and I worked hard to make that happen. It was awesome. Then we did our second of 4. The second one was Control+Alt+Recover, Christ-centered recovery. That was last week. And we'll talk more about that here in a second. And then we're coming up here on the European Digital Missionary Summit, where we're really going to highlight a lot of the things that are happening in Europe. Europe is a post-Christian environment. Welcome to 2025. Europe is post-Christian, and as a result, it's interesting. The buildings, the buildings, the cathedrals, they're now museums. But what is working is digital. And so we're getting to see how digital is moving in Europe. I'm so excited about this. Can't wait to get into it, even some surprises. But let's back up. I have not said this publicly yet. This is the first place I'm going to say it. So you heard it here first. I always say, if you're watching the stream, even on demand, you're getting the raw, unfiltered Jeff Reed. Everybody else, they get the filter, they get the maybe the politically correct version, watch the tongue a little bit, don't, think about something before you say it publicly. Here on this show, nah, man, it comes out. So yet another reason to come watch the stream here Tuesdays at whatever time, 2 o'clock. We're going to be shifting a whole bunch of stuff around at one point, but let's talk about the Control+Alt+Recover. Excuse me. That burp was brought to you by Summit Cola Diet. This is off-brand. It's good off-brand, but it's off-brand. I'm trying to think where we got this from. Somebody literally thumbs up right as I burped. So if you are responding on YouTube to my thumbs up by my burp, thank you for that. That just makes it so much more meaningful at some level. I'm getting way off. All right, let's bring it back. I'm fishing. Bringing it back. All right. That was me fly fishing. Bring it back. All right. Let's talk about Control+Alt+Recover. So, we had the first conference of digital neighborhoods went really good. No tech issues. And it was a first time at Hubelo. Really loved the Hubelo experience. Even as we're going into our third and our last of the season for Hubelo, love Hubelo. It's been a great, solid platform. We had an unfortunate situation that popped up right as our conference was starting. I remember seeing a message in Discord. Somebody said, "Hey, I can't access the conference, the Hubelo website for a Control+Alt+Recover," and I laughed and I was like, "Oh well, it's probably a cache issue. What's your link?" And they said the URL, and I was like, "Oh yeah, it could be saved as a cache because I know that Word Revolution just updated that page. Use this one instead. It's hard coded. It'll go there directly. I promise." And the person said back to me in Control+Alt+Recover, "Oh no, that one's not working either. It's giving me the same error message." And I try not to cuss. I really do. But I'm going to be honest. In my mind, there was a silent F-bomb that went out when they said that, because I knew that there was a much deeper problem that we were facing. And essentially, 75% of the world's population could not access the Control+Alt+Recover website for the conference. They could not access Hublot. 75% of the world's population, when we were trying to launch the conference, could not access it. Now, 75% of the world's population is not trying to access our website. I'm not an egomaniac. But the fact is that there were a lot of people that were trying to access the conference and they couldn't make it. As a matter of fact, the first guest speaker, Conrad Cooper from Project Exodus, I'm texting with him and his team frantically, trying to figure out how to get him on because he was the first speaker right off the bat. And in South Africa, it was mostly international that was having the tech issues, mostly international, could not access it, which is funny because, us in the US, we're like, everything's fine. And all the tech checks, everything that, Andy and Word Revolution and all the work that we had done during the week, no issues whatsoever. But what it ended up being was a DNS. There was a problem with the DNS, domain name server. Doesn't mean anything. It was not Word Revolution's fault. It was a mistake in the DNS registry that had populated out. And it took, an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours to fix. But when you do, and if you ever do online conferences, it's that beginning throng, the energy, like that first push. That's who you're getting for the day. You'll see some people come in and out, but you really want to try strong. And they just didn't, we didn't get it for that conference. So love the conference, love the content, love the direction. I was surprised. If you go back, you can watch Stacy with 363, Stacy Knapp, TCD's chaplain and director of care, and we kind of relived some of the conference. And we showed Conrad Cooper's talk. But it occurred to me as I was watching this conference, was like, this is the best conference that no one is seeing. Because we just didn't get the attention. Maybe it's because like we were dealing with very sensitive topics. Maybe people really just weren't comfortable dealing with that. Didn't want to sign up for it. Maybe I could speculate all day long. But this is what we're going to do. We are going to rebroadcast Control+Alt+Recover in its entirety online. We're gonna broadcast it on YouTube to a date to be determined. I really do believe it is the best conference we've ever done that nobody saw. Like, we had strong numbers in April. We had strong numbers for neighborhoods. Control+Alt+Recover, strong topics. It was funny. One of the pastor friends I'm working with right now. I was on a text thread with a couple pastors, and they were encouraging me about the conference. And one of them, this guy's an older pastor in his 70s, and I'm guessing 70s. If you're watching, I'm sorry, I really have no idea how old you are. Can't. But he asked me, he's like, so how's the conference going? And literally, I was like, I was being a smart aleck in the moment. If you know me, you know. I was like, oh yeah, there's some South African guy on stage right now talking about being addicted to porn, and he's like, wow, you don't hear that every day. And I was like, no, you do not. And so even, addressing some of that, there was a lot more conversation centered around dealing with the addiction at the personal level. I really did not anticipate that. I don't want to relive to the conference. All I'm telling you is that in the coming weeks, we will broadcast, we'll make it known, and we're going to rebroadcast the conference in its entirety. Control+Alt+Recover moving forward. And get it out there for everybody to see. Okay? All right. So let's do this. Evidently, we got this conference coming up. Maybe you've heard of it. The European Digital Missionary Summit. The European Digital Missionary Summit. I've got the website here. A rally cry for those reimagining how the gospel moves. There's a great video of here. Simon Dirks, better with sound. Let me see if I can I play this with sound? I can play this with sound. I can play this with sound. and it's occurring to me now. You're not hearing this as I'm playing it. Okay, so you can hear it, but you can't. So it's not very helpful. My settings aren't working real well for it. And so, hey, Simon's got a great video here on it. Check this out, yo. Check this out, yo. 8:30 a.m. CEST Germany. That's 15 hours. Actually, I think that clock's wrong. I think it's 12 hours. I think it's 12 hours. Because this conference starts at 2 a.m. Eastern. And that's 8 a.m. that time. Or maybe it's 2:30. Either way, register. You can reserve your spot right now. Listen, we've had over 550 people register for the Digital Missionary Conference. Here's some fun stats for the European, specifically the European, 550 for the European. Some fun stats for this. Far less than, how do I want to say this? Far less than 50%, maybe closer to 38, 39, not quite 40% Americans. A lot of internationals have registered. In fact, this conference alone, we had 75 nationalities. 76 last I checked actually this morning. 76 nationalities have registered for the Digital Missionary Conference. And what was interesting to me is that it was not I was expecting this to be a massive conference for Europeans. And I think it is an awesome conference where we're platforming what's happening in Europe. But the countries after America's got a couple hundred people that are going to be there, give or take. But after that, it's Nigeria, it's India, it's Malaysia, it's Australia, it's New Zealand, it's Asia. I mean, there's some Europe sprinkled in, Great Britain, France. There's some Europe sprinkled in, but it's a lot of Europe, it's a lot of Asia, and it's a lot of Oceania. And it was like I was like, what? Why? What are we doing? Because that was not what I had expected. And it occurred to me, and I can't guarantee this, but it's just my thought walking into the conference. This is the first time that we, the Church Digital, the Digital Missionary Conferences, have existed not on a Western time zone. We usually do them 10, 11 a.m. Eastern, and, Oceania, it's like 2 a.m. They ain't got any chance. Well, I mean, this is 6 hours shifted more towards Europe, 6 or 7 hours, and so it's a little more achievable for them in that space. So it occurred to me as we're walking into this, much more global presence, 10, 15% more than what we typically see. And we're also getting a lot more countries, more spread. Overall, by the way, if you're curious, last time I ran the numbers, overall, the Digital Missionaries Conferences, it's been 95, close to 100 countries that we've had registered for at least one of the conferences. And actually, I haven't even run the numbers for gaming yet, so I'll have to do that soon. Is that crazy? 100 countries are interested in digital evangelism and digital discipleship. How to share Jesus digitally. It's a new world, y'all. And I love, listen, I spent my day at a brick and mortar church. I sat in a staff meeting with pastors and staff people that do ministry Sunday morning. They're 11 a.m. Sunday morning, 11 a.m. in a brick and mortar building. There's value in that. I am not the person that's going to criticize that. But I will say you're going to reach somebody different by doing the stuff that we're going to be talking about here at the European. It's a different type of person. And it's the person that is not connecting to those buildings. I guarantee you're going to hear that maybe a dozen times here with the European Digital Missionary Summit. And so, man, find your tribe, connect with digital missionaries across Europe who are on the same mission. Hear what's actually working for digital discipleship right now. Step into the mission, get clarity, encourage to lead where you're already planted. You can attend anywhere, stream from any device, be fully present wherever you are, even on the go. Like there's mobile apps for it, built for Europe. And now it is designed around Europe's culture, language, and context. I'm getting more into language here in a second. And it is interactive and intentional. Engage in real conversations. If you know me, you know the conferences I do, online conferences. It is not sit back and consume. It's lean in and engage. And so open tables going as always. This conference is doing more of a TED Talk format, so it's shorter, quicker talks, and then open tables to dialogue. Open Q&A rooms as well. All the guests will be available for Q&A in rooms after the fact. So we're excited by things. Hey, here's some of the topics. Let me see if I can make this bigger. Yeah, this might be better for you. What on earth is God doing in Europe? Today's context for church and mission in Europe. Jim Memory, he is the regional leader for Lausanne in Europe. So excited about that. AI, the unexpected opportunity for missions. Thilio Stadelman from ZA School of Engineering in Switzerland. Andy Fronius, Mr. Guggendarbit. I'm probably mispronouncing that. I apologize. Equipping content creators and Gen Z for digital mission. That's exciting. Daniel Shanky, mission among gamers. He's with Alliance Mission. Aki, friend of TCD. Being light in hip hop communities. Philip Kroll, impact of a platform for digital ministry. Redeem your digital ministry from Dima Lavrov from Cyprus. Actually, I think for some reason, I thought he was Russia. But anyway. Tobias Clay. Tobias is a friend as well from Creedle. Building digital frameworks for evangelism. Daniel Fedorian, Dean of Baptist Theological Institute of Bucharest in Romania. The advantages and challenges of integrating digital technology in the training of Christian leaders. Man, that's a deep talk right there. And Stefan L. is with the Adler Blick podcast in Germany. Business, leadership, and AI for the kingdom. And so excited about this. As with all of the conferences, let me shrink it a little bit. As with all our conferences this round, we've got a lot of sponsors that have been stepping in and helping to make this happen. And so, thank you to the sponsors for doing that. Like, it's been just to even see how this particular conference has gone more international. It's been a lot of fun, even taking some of these sponsors into unknown spaces, into international spaces, getting them connected with a new global audience. So, not gonna lie, that's been like a fun thing to do on the side. So, but hey, listen, and I want to get into the conference website. So here's what you can do. You can go to right now. You can go to europe.missionary.digital. Open a new web browser, europe.missionary.digital. If you haven't registered for the conference, you got to register for the conference. Go back here to the missionary.digital, www.missionary.digital/Europe. You can see it right there. Well, kind of my picture's covering it up. And come down here to reserve your spot. Click the button and tell us where you're coming from and select your country. By the way, it's kind of cool. Like, seriously, 76 countries registered for this conference tomorrow. So cool. Traffic on the website's been incredible. Just so thankful for what I'm seeing there. But if you registered for the conference, now it's time to get you connected to the conference website. What you can do is you can go to europe.missionary.digital. It'll take you to a web page, and all you got to do is enter in your email address, the one you registered with, and it should email you a code. If it emails you a code, that's awesome. Enter the code in. If it doesn't email you the code, I'm going to tell you a secret. It's a backdoor. And so anyone can access the conference for free. It's for free anyway, but even without registering. All you got to do is when it asks you for the code, enter in 2025. And so enter your email address in and enter in the code 2025, and you'll be given access to the conference. It's a backdoor. Tell everybody, I don't care. But help us get the word out for it. Create your conference, get set up here, but you can start to see the sessions, the people that are speaking at the sessions. They got me speaking. I'm like this much here, a little bit. But there's all sorts of sessions. There's breakout rooms to ask questions. There's a list of the speakers you can start to dialogue with. The sponsors, as always, would love for you all to interact, download some of the stuff from the sponsors tables, a video of me to explain what's going on, a leaderboard for gaming to kind of see. There's some gamination that's built into the platform that we're kind of taking advantage of. And so, that's the basic for what's here on the European Digital Missionary Summit. The schedule is here, so you can, you see where it says click join a speaker. I'm a speaker, you're not, so you don't have that. But if you click on more info, you can see a list of the keynotes and the times that it's happening from 3 to 4:10 a.m. Eastern. I'm going to be speaking in front of an audience live, probably about 3:05 this morning, tomorrow morning, Wednesday morning. I told my wife I'm not planning on sleeping. I'm just going to drink the coffee, some more of this caffeinated Summit Cola, and I'll be up for the night, no problem. I don't sleep at night anyway, so I'll sleep the day away tomorrow. So that's what you can expect here with the European Digital Missionary Summit. But wait! There's more. So we've got 76 countries coming in, and Europe and all these different languages, and my friend Simon was like, hey, he keeps asking this question, and God bless him. Andy and I were too busy to hear him like the 5th or 6th time, and so he asked 7-8 times, and finally, I think last week I heard him. I was like, we got to do something. He says, hey, can we integrate in Interprify into Hubelo? And so I did a couple things. First off, I went into ChatGPT to Google what Interprify was, because I had no idea. And then I looked at the website. I was like, oh, this is cool. And then I went up here to resources and integrations and discovered, yes, it does integrate with Hubelo. I was like, all right, let's figure out how to do this. So what Interprify does is live translation, AI-based live translation. As in, AI will process the audio that's said in the conference live, and within 4 or 5 seconds after hearing the audio, will come back with subtitles in different languages and AI voice audio in different languages. So I get on with Interprify, have a couple meetings with them. This is so funny. I think I called them. Yeah, I called them Tuesday night of last week. I filled out the form on the website Tuesday night before the Wednesday conference. Wednesday morning before the Wednesday conference last week, before Alt+Recover, Control+Alt+Recover, Alt+Recover. That's a hat tip if you know what I'm talking about, Alt+. But Control+Alt+Recover. I'm so glad I didn't do that in the conference. I was expecting to. Control+Alt+Recover. It was right before that conference. I'm actually on a Google Meet call with Interprify, lining up all the deals. But here's what we're doing. The conference is literally going to be broadcast in 10 different languages. The European Digital Missionary Conference will be translated into, in addition to English, 10 separate languages. I can't even tell you what they all are right now. French, Spanish, Portuguese, Russian, Hindi, Korean. Like I sat down with Simon and we looked at the chief number of countries that in Europe that they were getting connected with, as well as some of the other countries outside of the European regions that the conference was connecting with, and was like, okay, let's come up with a list of it. And so we rattled off. Man, now I do want to find that list. Give me a second. I need to click on some stuff here to get it figured out. Spanish, French, German, Portuguese, Russian, Polish, Romanian, Finnish, Korean, Hindi. Spanish, French, German, Portuguese, Russian, Polish, Romanian, Finnish, and Hindi. Y'all, it's going to be crazy. I am so excited to test out this software. And so if you're going to the conference tomorrow, here's what you want to do. Up here at the top, we've showed this menu bar in the past, but reception, schedule, there's a new button here that's labeled translation. A new button right there that's labeled translation, and it's got a little like chat bubble on it. Click on it. And if there's audio that's happening right now, like if the conference was going on, you would be able to click on audio translation and select the country, select the language that you want audio, or you can select caption, and captions start to fill on the screen, text. Now, it's like the conference is, I'm assuming the conference is going to be primarily in English. But you could do subtitles in German, and you could listen to audio in Hindi, or you can do subtitles in French and language in Russian. Like you can do either one or multiple towards it. Like it's really, really cool. Like I was watching this and I was like, oh man, I'm in, we're in. You don't have to sell me. It was so funny. These sales guys, they like to sell, right? And he kept selling me. And I was like, dude, just send me the contracts. Just send me the contracts. I'll sign it. I'll sign it right now. Well, what's the payment plan? Can we structure this? Do you have a nonprofit discount? I mean, these were the questions. Like, I just like, give me the thing to sign. I signed it before the conference last week. Literally, it's like boom, boom, boom. And man, so it was so easy to integrate and roll out. Now, of course, now I'm jinxing it, assuming everything will work great for the conference, but we're definitely excited to offer Interprefy for this. Hey, look, I'm going to be blunt right here. And maybe somebody's watching this that would be interested. Interprefy was not in our budget. Interprefy costs $2,500 to offer live translation for 550 people in 10 different languages globally to help them get connected into this. For a free conference, we just picked up another $2,500 expense on top of other things. Now, the conferences are typically our way of fundraising. I've talked about that through theChurch.digital. And so sponsored donations, pay it forward donations, all of this is, helps us do future conferences, but also helps us with year to year operation costs. 75 to 80% of our annual budget is covered off of conference sponsorships. And so that number is decreasing as our expenses go up, but hopefully sponsorships go up. It's funny, like this actually is a expense increase, right? And so here's what I'm asking. I'm asking for, and I normally don't do this on the stream, but seriously, I would love for somebody to step up. Love for 3 people. Here's what I want. I would love for 3 people to step up. This is what I'm asking. 3 people, each person donate $800 to the Church Digital. TCD, we're a nonprofit 501c3 in the U.S. If 3 people donate $800, that's $2,400. I think it was $2,497. I'll eat that 100. Believe me, we'll be okay with that. But if I could get 3 people, 3 churches, 3 companies, 3 organizations, 3 entities to pick up $800 a piece, that would allow for $2,400 to come in to TCD to cover this Interprefy expense. We're going to do this in the future, and that's part of what I wanted to say. We're going to make this a thing. Interprefy, assuming it works well tomorrow, all the beta tests have been incredible. And I'm very excited to see our global reach extend on. There was I don't know how to explain this, but I don't think Google's lying to me. When the conference last week, the number one website, the number one country that was on the Hublot website outside of America, the Control+Alt+Recover Hublot website specifically, the number one country, the number two country, America being one, was China. Like, Google's not lying to me. I cross-checked the way I was running the report, and that just kind of threw me for a loop. But we, the Church Digital, are definitely getting a global audience and global exposure. And so using tools like live translation and captioning for multilingual events in Interprefy is beautiful. By the way, Interprefy is not paying me to say any of this or keep their website up on the stream for this long, although they should. Maybe I need to have that conversation after the conference. But we're very excited about what Interprefy is offering. So check out the reception area to get a full list of what's going on in the conference. If you need to create your profile, your photos and things like that, please do that. The more that you put publicly out there, the more that people will engage with you. The full schedule is here, so you can see exactly what's going on, as well as when each of the keynotes are happening. And so all that information is listed here. Translation, like I said, that'll make more sense not tomorrow. It'll make more sense that'll make more sense tomorrow, not today. Sponsors. This is a big one. We want you to hang out here with all of our sponsors. Global Church Movements, the Church Digital, Alliance Mission. Man, I want to thank Simon and Alliance Mission so much for being the heart of this European Digital Missionary Summit. Jesus Film Project, God Tools, True Center, Right Now Media, BAM Portals, Reliant, Regeneration, Project Exodus. There is so much that's happening here. And we're so thankful for all of our sponsors and they're sponsoring this conference and providing resources for digital missionaries like you. And so if you've not gotten your free Right Now Media account, or if you haven't downloaded the Next Steps app or the God Tools app, all this is free. Done your free True Center assessment. BAM Portals may be the hot takeaway of the conference. I'm so excited to see what BAM's going to look like. By the way, it's business's mission. Literally, it's like creating an e-commerce website that generates funds for missionaries. It's e-commerce, Shopify e-commerce to generate revenue for missionaries while they're on mission. As digital missionaries, I would think y'all would be interested in that. And then Regeneration, Project Exodus, man, that was great for the conference last week. So check out some of the information here on the sponsors. Then, of course, there's tables. We love tables, being able to connect with people through the tables, ask questions, dialogue. Sponsors are great. Open tables as well are just as good. Love seeing that and want to see more of that. So lean into the tables. As it literally says right here, meet someone new. The people that get the most impact. This is what they tell me. This is not me projecting. This is what I'm heard. The favorite thing is talking to other people at tables, meeting people they didn't know and learning from their experiences. Lean into the conference. Don't sit back. Lean in, engage, and participate. Rooms, nothing new here. These are all set up as breakouts, not breakouts, question and answer. After each of the sessions, there's going to be like a 10, 15-minute break, and the tables will be open. If you do have questions that you want to speak to a particular speaker, you can go straight to that room and talk to that person there. And then there's the event feed, the social media feed. Nobody's posted on this one yet. We got to get it going. And so take the time to do that. Points, polls, and things on that as well. And then, of course, you may remember the My Schedule and then the notifications, and then Stuart sent me a test last week. The messages pane that you can interact with. Like, Hubelo is an incredible platform. We're excited about it. Excited to be doing another round of conferences on it coming up, and honestly excited to learn some things from Europe later tonight by my count, 12 hours from right now. 12 hours from right now, I will probably log in and sit down at a table, jacked up on caffeine, and try to stay awake. I like the music today. All right. So here's what I need you to do. If you've not yet registered for the conference, go ahead and do it. Reserve your spot. www.missionary.digital/Europe. If you have registered, awesome. Good for you. Who are you bringing to the conference? We've got some media kits available. Missionary.digital/Europe media kit. You know what? An easier link would be share, share.missionary.digital. Share, share.missionary.digital. Click on Europe. And so here are the confirmed speakers and topics, as well as a number of graphics. Man, I love these. I grab these and I throw them on Instagram and Facebook. So do that. Invite some people. Maybe text them directly, WhatsApp them directly. Listen, we are translating this thing into 10 different languages. Does that mean that you may know some people now that can engage with the content better? You'd like to join you? Maybe a donor or sponsor. Maybe somebody that you're asking to join the vision and partner with you. Maybe some people that really don't understand what you're doing. And this is an opportunity to give them some exposure or show them some other ways to validate the mission that you're trying to do. Take advantage of this conference and use it to better your digital missionary approaches. I'm so excited, y'all. It's going to be great. So doors are opening. Going back to the official European Digital Missionary website, doors are opening 8:30 a.m. CEST Germany time, October 1st. That's tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. CEST. Pretty sure that's 2:30 a.m. U.S. Eastern. That's a thing, y'all. All right. Hey, so here's what's going on. The conference is Wednesday. Excited about that. Thursday, I'm doing a stream. We're going to have Simon Dirks from Project Exodus, Mission Alliance. We're going to have Simon from Mission Alliance coming in, Alliance Mission, and he's the host of the European Digital Missionary Summit. He works with TCD, works with Mission Alliance, has a digital church, German digital church network, runs a digital church. Dude is like digital hook, line, and sinker, and he's about 8 feet tall. I actually have no idea what the translation of that is into the metric system. US, can we just adopt a metric system and just be done with it? Thank you. Okay, so anyway, Simon's going to jump on a stream. We're going to talk about, some of our favorite talks, takeaways from the conference. So you look for that on Thursday coming up. But, at least from where we are today, it's going to be it. We've got, 2 of the 4 conferences down. The third one is coming up tomorrow. And then the Digital Missionary Gaming Summit. Digital Missionary Gaming Summit is going to kick off on October 8th. Now, that's not going to be in Hubelo. I'm excited about this because it's going to be 100% in Discord. 100% in Discord. I keep trying to make suggestions. Well, what if we integrate this website, or what if we link? No. 100% in Discord. 100% in Discord. Okay. Andy and Leighton have been working hard on the on the gaming the Digital Missionary Gaming Conference. And so it's going to be really cool. Really cool to see that happen on October 8th. And then I take a nap. A long nap. A well-deserved nap. Honestly, I'll sleep good after Europe. I don't. This is not the face of a gamer. Although I am spending way too much time on this Last War iOS game. Like I'm not addicted, but I spend too much time still. Maybe I am addicted. That might be a conversation for a different day. Hey, you know what, guys? I'm going to land the plane. Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to land the plane. And so thanks for hanging out with me today. For everybody in Europe that's making me wake up at 2 a.m. or not go to sleep tonight so that I can be part of the... No guilt implied. I volunteered. I love it. I'm going to be running the little tech support widget. Basically, hey, if y'all get bored in the middle of the night and you're like, hey, where's Jeff? Because Jeff's not going to be on the screen at all. Let me see if I can zoom in. Jeff's going to be down here on the little widget. So if you're like, hey, where's Jeff? Click on the little need help widget and just start a message with Jeff. I'm going to be manning that all morning long, at least 2:30 to 8. Pop in on camera every once in a while, but try to be invisible and let the Europe people do their thing. So for the people that are going to be asking me for technical support at 2:30 in the morning Eastern time, that's an apropos, right? For the people that are going to be asking me for help when I'm half asleep, this is Jeff with theChurch.digital. Thanks for hanging out with me at the stream, and looking forward to what's coming up with the Digital Missionary Conference, the European Digital Missionary Conference tomorrow. Y'all have a good one.